Oh,
Now we're recording, my friend.
I see that in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it does. It shows it. How about that? There we go. So let's make it official. There we go.
I think it's official.
Semi-official. The band is cranked up.
Is there intro music?
What happened to us here?
I don't know.
It says, back to meeting. It's like I never left it. I don't know why I said that, but. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Public John right here on FacebookLive.com. We'll probably be on Watch Party tonight. We're re-recording this, and I am with the infamous, or maybe someday will be.
We'll just go with Guy.
We'll just go with this guy right here. This guy, Kyle Thompson, sometimes known as KT. He is a host of the Optimal Human Podcast, which can be found correct. Where at, my friend?
Oh, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and I feel like there's another one. It's floating around. You know what? If you can't find it, then I guess you're not going to listen to it.
Well, if you go to iTunes, folks, type in Optimal Human Podcast, it's going to come right up. And I'll tell you what, Indeed. It's pretty cool. We'll take care of a couple quick housekeeping things off and on, but Kyle's our first guest. We are pre-recording this, and you'll see it later on after we're done sometime this evening on Facebook.com. We're also going to go ahead and I'll pull the audio from it, and we will get it on iTunes for you and everything as well on our page, on the iTunes subscription, as well as I'm sure Kyle might want to put it out there too, unless it doesn't go well. We'll see what happens.
We'll decide.
We'll decide. If we swear a lot. Decision. Yeah. If we swear a lot, it'll care. I was going to say it'll definitely go to fuck on. If we swear a lot.
Exactly.
If we swear a lot, that's a plus. So, and chances are, between the two of us, we will.
There's a good
fucking chance. We got that to look forward to. There's a good freaking chance that this fucking thing will be. So there we go. Couple of quick housekeeping things. A lot of you guys are ready to usually see Gizmo. Gizmo is at physical therapy right now, getting his knee manipulated. He really is. He's at physical therapy. He is. He had his aunt, Dr. Aunt Eva, did surgery on him a while back on his knee. So he's in a pool on a treadmill while we're stuck in separate rooms in the heat.
Do you guys go to the doctor's appointments like together, like tag team it? Because
you know what it is. No, he goes one day. I got to go to the next. This shit's wrong. It's killing me in gas. I got to coordinate this.
Freaking.
Well, you know what it is. I got to do it that way because it's too hot to leave him in the car when I have my appointments. Otherwise,
bring him in. Emotional support dog. Tell the doctor.
Emotional support dog. Yeah. I do that in the stores. If I go to Dillon's or I go somewhere, I've done it a couple times. I did it. I totally forgot I had him with me one day, and I said, "You know what? I'm just going to take him in." Nobody said a word. He was on a leash. Nobody said a word.
That's kind of how it is around here. Like, I mean, that was, because I used to live in Manhattan, Kansas, where there's, people have dogs, but like it was still like for me, I don't know, maybe it's just. I was naive at the time, but bringing my dog into PetSmart, I'm like, I can bring my dog into the pet store? Like, yeah, why the fuck couldn't you?
I was just going to say, about that. That's the place you should be able to.
Hold on.
Let me think about this.
Here in Scottsdale, like people just bring their animals everywhere. Like, you're going to go into Victoria's Secret or wherever.
Yeah, they bring tarantulas in on a leash, for Christ's sake, I think, don't they? Don't you have tarantulas out there?
I think we do. I've never actually seen one out here.
Scorpions or something, one of the other.
We do have scorpions.
That might be what I'm thinking of as scorpions.
Yeah, they're
I know they're a heat-related thing. Yeah, they're pretty big from what I hear in your area.
But the smaller ones are the ones you apparently need to worry about because they can't control their venom. Again, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not a scorpion
No, I think
expert.
You're right. My brother's told me about some in Florida, and they said the bites hurt and you got to be careful, and it's the smaller ones that get you. He said they will hurt.
We're deep enough into the neighborhood because we live kind of right by the mountains here. I mean, they're just like giant pointy jagged hills. But we're far enough into the neighborhood that we don't really see scorpions unless like our neighbors do, but they have palm trees. They apparently like to live in palm trees, but we don't.
I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, this is useless information for anybody watching us.
But you know what? That's fine. You know what? That's part of what this thing is all about. So, folks, the way this is going to work, uselessness. You know, the Public John is definitely a useless show.
So it's helping.
But you know what? It's useful to me. That's right. It's a Facebook Live Scroll Around podcast. What'll happen, though, folks, is because we're going to put it on a watch party later on, and I'm going to post this video later on. You can still comment on it. So if we get into anything as far as what the Optimal Human podcast is actually about, and any tips or any questions you would have, feel free to go ahead and ask them. And between either myself reaching out to Kyle, or if Kyle gets a chance to review this later on, I'm sure he'll be able to get back to you or get back to me with an answer to your question or something along those lines. And we may do a follow-up in a couple of weeks anyway, from location, maybe in Arizona.
It's true,
or something.
Yeah. That is true.
So we may do a follow-up show to answer some of those questions. We might do that one live for you. So we will see what's going on.
And we did one.
We did one last winter, I think, near Christmas, was it?
But it was one of the 6 cold days in Arizona.
Yes. Yeah, you only got a few cold days. And I'm, of course, the poor victim of that one. So
anyway,
let me tell you the info I have about it, and Kyle can elaborate on the Optimal Human podcast, again, on iTunes, Spotify, right? Google Play.
Stitcher.
And what else? Oh,
Stitcher, I believe. Okay.
I think you're right. I think it's Stitcher.
No. Somewhere on there.
Kyle Thompson and his partner, Chris Perry, his co-host or co-host, right?
Minion.
Kyle Thompson. Minion. So when he watches this, yeah. Hoo-wee. Those guys, what they do on the show is they share their knowledge that they've got through education, because they've both got multiple advanced degrees, that years of teaching subjects and practical applications in nutrition, in exercise, the benefits of getting proper rest and sleep, and all things that are required to be an optimal human, hence the name.
Right.
But these guys don't just limit it to that. And I've listened to some of the podcasts and try to listen to as many as I can. It's not like you've seen Kyle here for a few minutes. It's not like they're talking over your head, and it's not like because let's face it, that's snooze fest time.
Yeah.
The minute somebody does that, you switch it off.
You don't want to hear
and I'm thinking that's what you guys are trying to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's give a little bit more background on Chris and I. We teach at the same university. I've been teaching for at the collegiate level for over 7 years now. My emphasis is in nutrition. I really like talking about bioenergetics and things like that. Real nerdy shit. Chris is more into sleep research. He's completing his PhD, and his dissertation has to do with sleep, sleep and exercise, sleep and health. But I'm
all for the sleep part of that, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. The health, who cares? But as long as you sleep.
Health. No.
But anyway,
that's what's important to me.
we like to we started a podcast to kind of have an outlet to nerd out about stuff and to inform people. We like teaching, but there's times when you are teaching the same thing over and over again. It feels a lot like Bill Murray in Groundhog's Day. You're like, oh,
right. It's repetition.
Did I say the same joke?
Yeah. Every semester something pops up. Yeah. And you're like, wait a minute. The same crimes are happening. The same people. The only time you can change it up. Yeah.
There were times where I was teaching 4 of the same class in the same day.
Yeah.
So by the 3rd or 4th time, I'm like, I don't even know if I told you guys this stuff. We've talked about this.
You get as big a fog as your students do.
Absolutely.
Because you see them halfway, anyway, and now you've taught it 3 times in one day, and it's like, Oh my God. Did I say
Watch
this
recording.
exactly? Yeah, watch this. Yeah, watch this movie.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. If you hear,
But
if you
anyway.
hear heavy breathing in the corner.
Excuse me. Exactly.
So
we basically, the podcast was started to just talk about things we like to talk about. So I like talking I like talking about chemistry. Like I don't go too far deep into it on the show just because if you start talking about, like we don't want to talk over everyone's head, but we want to keep it informational. So
well, you know
obviously
yourself,
we talked about,
the minute you do that.
Yeah, it's nobody's going to listen. There's a guy I listen to, but I like his stuff. His name is Chris Masterjohn.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of a cool last name, Masterjohn.
Kind of a cool name. I'm not even going to mess with it. I kind of like it. Yeah.
He's got
I probably would.
His deal is like Masterclass with Masterjohn or something. He's got like something you can subscribe to. But anyway, he does 3 hour long podcasts on niacin, which is one of your B vitamins. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what most your face is the exact
right. Exactly. Most people are going to be niacin.
For me, I'm just eating it up.
I've heard of it.
Like, yeah.
See, you would like that.
But anyway, the whole idea. So we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise science, we talk about programming, for exercise, eating for health, performance. We talk about sleep, obviously, but we also talk about other things. I don't really want to call like more like self-help, almost psychology aspect of things. Like the Chris is really big into Jordan Peterson as an author. So he talks about, now I'm drawing a blank at whatever the books are. Chris needs to be here because he likes to talk about it a lot more than I do. But it's like, like masculinity or what, get him on here?
Yeah, on the follow-up when I'm coming out.
That'd be absolutely.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. We should. That would be fun.
Even if we have to have him remote if he doesn't come out. Whatever you want to.
Yeah.
We'll work that out off. Yeah. But I think it'd be a great idea to have you both on and
it'd be fun.
Go from there.
In reality, it's kind of in the name, the Optimal Human Podcast. We're going to talk about everything, at least that we can think of that has to do with just being the most optimal version of yourself, not just exercise and nutrition and stuff, but just being happy and living your life.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about it is you guys. It's obvious that you guys are knowledgeable about the physiological aspects of helping somebody feel better. But I mean, you don't just deal with that. I mean, you're regular guys, you talk about all kinds of things to just make yourself better, and make a person happier. If you're happier with yourself, let's face it, we're all.
We're just trying to. I tell my students all the time, like the difference between you and me as far as this topic goes, if we're talking about nutrition or whatever, is that I've spent more time reading and learning about it. That's the only difference.
That's it. Right. That's the key.
You're on your journey.
It's like anything. Everybody's on their thing. If somebody likes, athletics more, they're going to tune into that.
Yeah.
If somebody likes weightlifting and just that's what they're going to specialize in and pay attention
Absolutely.
to. So that's the thing. And you guys obviously deal with it that way. Like you don't come out and act like you're superior because you know certain things. You both come out and say, this is because this is what we've studied. And that's the attitude that comes across. It's not
Good. That's what we want. I mean, my mentor taught me to question everything that I hear, read, things like that. He even told me to question him. Now, this guy, I tell a story a lot. I've probably told him in our episode like 15 times, it seems like. But it comes up a lot because there's the thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And if you're listening to it, you're not going to be able to really kind of – I'm going to try to paint this picture. But anyway, it's what we're – basically when we're ignorant of a topic – right? We may think that we know everything there is to know about it, right? I feel like I'm an expert because, I only know very macro perspective. Like for instance, right now people are everybody's a virologist and everybody is, a law expert. Bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to law school, so it'd be like me saying, well, I don't know, saying some law lingo to you and you're like, well, that's not exactly what's going on. But anyway, because I don't know anything, I see myself as an expert. But as I learn more, I start to realize I don't know shit. And eventually, like when you become an expert in the field, you still realize that there's a lot more shit that you don't know. And that's kind of the approach that we have, because that's where we're at. I mean, it's like I've changed my view on a lot of things, especially with COVID-19. Changed my views on a lot of different aspects that you hear from this person, that expert here and there. Probably 40, 50 different times, just because that's the way science works, is that you study, you read things, you test things, you see how it works, and you develop a hypothesis, the scientific method. Oh, cool, it didn't work. Let's try something else, or maybe it's this, or maybe it's that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling because it's just a rich area. You see that in nutrition, like, oh, well, fat is bad, right? The whole fat demonizing fat in the 70s and whatnot. Don't eat fat, you're going to die. Yeah. Okay, cool. Don't eat carbs, you're going to die. Well, you're going to die anyway, motherfucker, right?
It doesn't. Let's face it. I've said it in jokes and stuff, but you're right. It's like the ultimate goal is one that we are all going to succeed at.
Exactly.
And that's, we're going to fucking die. You're born, you die. Now, how long a span it is might be something you can control.
Exactly.
Maybe not. Anything can happen at any time. So it could be days, or it could be almost a century. You don't know how long you're going to live. But you can
get on this topic.
I don't know. We were saying about. Oh, you were saying about we're all going to die, and that's where I.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Of course, I take off from there, but it's true. I mean, but it is what you make of that time that you are alive.
Yeah.
For yourself and for others. If that's what you aspire to do. But yeah, absolutely. The optimal part is the key. Is you optimal. Let's face subjective. It's still subjective. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's right where I was going. It's subjective. What makes you optimal? Well, what makes you an optimal human in your idea might be, and probably is, completely different to what makes me an optimal human.
Absolutely.
In my idea. Am I the most optimal human I can be? No.
Well, nobody is.
You know what? But you strive to improve. And that's what I like about you guys is, here's some ways you can if you want to.
Yeah.
But you're like, but it doesn't come off as though you're not an optimal human if you don't do this. And that's what I like is, some people try to do that. And a lot of people try to do that. That's part of why I have the idea, and every so often mention social media distancing. If you get ready to type something, think about what you're going to type, and before you do, walk 6 feet away from your fucking keyboard, so the 6 foot rule's in effect, and stay the fuck away.
That's good advice. I mean, there's
social media distancing. Think about it, asshole.
I'll read something online, like whether it has to do with like the current events, COVID, we'll just call it civil unrest anymore because it's everywhere, or even like nutrition. Now, like I'll just get ready to type. I'm like, you know what? Why the fuck am I wasting my time? This motherfucker doesn't really care what I'm gonna say. They're expressing their opinion. My opinion's different. Fuck it. You know what? You're too far removed that I don't feel like having a discussion with you.
Right.
Not saying
it's not a discussion.
Exactly. And that's not to say don't have discussions with people with opposite opinions. I do. Like that's
debate, and that's worth it.
I love talking to people who are on extreme ends, especially with the political spectrum, because I just like to hear what they have to say.
I was just going to say, yeah.
It's interesting. Like, and I'm not going to name any names, but there are, like, I have my go-to people that I talk to. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this aspect? And I always play the devil's advocate. Like, I'm like, well, what about this side of things? And it's not really to antagonize. I mean, part of it's to antagonize them, so it's fun.
I was going to say, don't lie to me, man. I know. Don't bullshit me.
But it's interesting to hear somebody else's view, because our views are all based on our own experiences and what information we've digested. Whether that's good information or bad, who the fuck knows? Right. I would say in today's day and age, it's probably all bad for the most part, right?
I would say at least half of it's bad, if not more. And you got to, and how do you sort out what's accurate and what's not? That's the problem.
My favorite shit is talking to this one guy, and he'll say some really off the wall shit. Like I'm just astonished that this is even a thought process. So I'll tell you this one thing. He said, I don't remember how the top got. We have a wine room in our house, right? When my wife and I had leftover wedding money, and we turned our pantry.
That's right, ladies married. By the way, let's get that off the table. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's a huge line.
Well, I have such a huge audience.
That's true. Yeah. Well, same here.
Yeah.
Between the both of us, we got 6 people watching.
We got like 6 people, and 2 of them are
including us. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
So anyway, this guy, like, he's like,
oh, sorry, tell me what this guy said.
Yeah, we were talking about the wine room or something, and he's like, oh, well, that's typical. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not really typical. I don't feel like a lot of people have this, but I don't know, maybe it is. And he goes, well, I expect a racist white supremacist to have that. I'm like, why am I racist white supremacist?
Wow.
And he's like, because you have a wine room. I'm like, okay, so your thought process is because I enjoy wine. And keep in mind, we don't even drink that much wine. We just like collect it. I don't even know why.
Right. Right. And people,
but anyway,
I used to.
And he's like, well, that's just a really like white supremacist Republican thing to do. I'm like, do you have any like data on this? Like, I'm really curious. Like, first of all, who the fuck studied that? And where the fuck is this thing coming from? Like,
is this a Harvard study?
It was just odd. And like, but anyway, my point is like, there's those people, you're just like, you were so far removed from reality. It's just entertaining. Like,
it
please
is.
Keep talking to me.
And people do that. Let's face it, they're also painting a broad brush over their bias.
Oh yeah, but don't paint them with a broad brush.
Oh God, no. Or anybody they know that they may be sympathizing with at the moment. Yeah, don't do that. That's the key.
You can't loop me into a group, but I can loop you into a group.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Well, as long as I know what's good for you is what's important.
Yeah. Okay. Please let me know. I'm sorry I didn't read your mind beforehand. Could you please put it on a sign so I know what the fuck is wrong with you?
So I know. Wear it around your neck so I can see and post a picture. I would just have too many I am an asshole sign, and that would end it.
That would just be easy.
That would be easy.
I'm an asshole. Just don't talk to me.
It's over. I'm done with that. I hate to break this for just a second. I have to, because I have a couple things that we do every week. One, I'm just going to do it one time, and you guys, when you see the show, can still, like we said, comment on it and maybe win a prize, or maybe not. Always like that. Dennis Ingraldi, my friend from Vineland Realty Corp in New Jersey, sponsors What's in John's Cup every week. And I give you guys choices. Yeah, I know, because of the green screen. I'll hold it closer to the camera. There it is. It's What's in John's, which has absolutely nothing to do with what's in it. And which is why we're on a green screen this week. We probably won't do green screen. We'll have a full backdrop next week, because there's some things, usually folks that do watch know I have a LED screen with things running and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's prohibited. So, but I do have the cup, folks. And it is What's in John's Cup. And this week, your choices are, I could have iced tea and whiskey in here, coffee and blackberry brandy iced, just flat out coffee, which would be the first time it would be a non-alcoholic beverage, a margarita, or gin and tonic. There are your choices. Repeat them one more time. It's brought to you by Vineland Realty Corp in Vineland, New Jersey, 634 East Landis Avenue in Vineland, New Jersey. Contact my friend Dennis Ingraldi at 856-690-9482 for all your residential property and realty sales needs throughout all of South Jersey. Every week, Dennis sponsors and sometimes guesses what's in John's cup. I never tell him ahead of time because one week I wanted him to win. But if you have won already, you can play, but there will be no repeat winner. So just realize if you play and guess correctly, you're stealing a prize from someone else. But hey, I don't want to seem like I'm a jerk here. Actually, I do. So if you play and you win and you've already won, you don't get a prize, but you can congratulate yourself anytime you want. So that would be great. Your choices again, iced tea and whiskey, coffee and blackberry brandy iced, just flat out coffee, margarita, or gin and tonic. It's one of those 5. If you guess that, congratulations. And if you don't, that's great. I get to keep the prize another week. Vineland Realty Corp. You can call Dennis at 856-690-9482 in Vineland, New Jersey.
What's the prize?
It could be anything from stickers to coffee mugs to T-shirt to
trash you want to get rid of.
Trash I want to get rid of, a hearty virtual handshake, that kind of a thing. Hey, how are you? Great. It's really nice. Wait, social media distancing. Hearty social media fist bump. Or
there you
elbow.
go. There you go. Elbow.
We'll do the elbow. That's what it is.
My doctor did that to me the other day. It kind of weirded me out. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't shake your hand. Because I'm a handshaker, so it's
I am too. I'm kind of like, hey, how you doing? And it's weird because I don't like people that much, and I admit that I usually have to go wash my hands right away, but I would still, for some reason, old school, rather shake your hand. But I have gotten into fist bumps the last few years. But now, the cool. Elbow thing is like, this is bullshit.
Is that because of Bernie Sanders or?
No.
So do you remember in 2016 when he's like?
Yeah. When he just wound up.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What's wrong with this old guy? He's winding up. What the? You tear a rotator cuff doing it like that.
He's just frail little body.
A frail little body. He'd be like, and then you need help to thrust it forward.
Oh, man.
And wonder why he's got arthritis and can't move his hand anymore. So we want to thank Dennis for what's in John's cup. And
thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm having fun here with Kyle Thompson from the Optimal Human Podcast. You can find it on iTunes. And where else, my friend?
Man, I should know this. I'm an Apple person, so who cares, right? Everything else doesn't matter. I was going to say,
in all honesty,
we only want Apple.
When it comes to podcasts, let's face it, iTunes is still the leader in the clubhouse.
I agree, but it's also on Stitcher, Spotify, and
Spotify.
It's called Google Podcast, right? Google
Play.
Is
it Google Podcast now? It used to be on Google Play, but I think you're right. I think they've changed.
It's on the Google one. Now. I have no idea.
Or if you Google it, it'll come up, and then you'll be able to join in and see. And of course, you'll be able to listen to previous episodes as well. So, which you guys had one Thanksgiving that was awesome. I thought the Thanksgiving one.
I don't even remember what the hell we.
Or well,
that was more 3 days ago. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't fucking know.
The Optimal Human Memory Podcast.
Yeah, we have not covered memory for a reason.
For a reason.
Haven't mentioned that part.
We keep wanting to cover memory, but then we keep forgetting. It's just a bad, cheesy hack joke, but hey, it's there, and that's my job.
It works.
We all have jobs in life. That's my job.
So quick question on your podcast. Are you still doing what the hell is that? That little box you had, the Wild and Out radio, or Wildfire
radio, the Spark? No,
yeah.
no. They actually discontinued doing it. I think they were starting to have technical issues, which mine didn't really. Mine did start to network-wise. It was recording. So if I was using it today, it would record the audio, but it wasn't. The network issues weren't working anymore for some reason. And it was going to cost them a lot to do that. And of course, we both know there's different ways of doing that now. So I think they decided, why bother?
It's like Redbox. Why the hell is that a thing?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't understand that. But you know what? People still do use it. I've seen them. I think, and I
have one in our grocery store.
Yeah. I have one right across within walking distance of me, but you can also get Redbox online. Now, they have streaming as well, which makes sense.
So it's generic.
It is generic, yeah. Basically, it is, yeah. Basically, except they don't have their own programming. They only do DVDs and Blu-ray, but that's it. I think because it exists, because it is their clientele is still pretty decent because of the price. Because if you go on, it's still less than $2 to rent a movie on Redbox. Sure. Yeah, it's like $1.98 to rent a movie for a day. So,
what if you don't return it though? Like what I do?
$1.98 a day because you're still using a card. So they can continue to charge you $1.98 a day up until a certain amount of time. Then you own
30 days, I think. Yeah,
and then
after you pay $50 for the fucking.
You paid $50. That better be a hell of a good movie. If you lose it, you're screwed.
Oh, I did that with one of the movies. I don't know. I think it was like Super Troopers or something.
Yeah, I did too. I lost a movie and I still never found it, and they got me.
It shows up every once in a while. I'm going through stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you, $50 piece of shit, and I throw it away.
I've never found it. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, and it was like a movie that I had such high hopes for, and it was just not good. What was it? Oh, R.I.P.D.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was bad. It sucked, and I had such hopes for it. Who was it?
So did I.
Ryan Reynolds and
what's his name?
Who the hell is he? Jeff Bridges? No.
Yeah, no.
I think it was Jeff Bridges.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. And I thought this is going to be really good, and it really wasn't.
It sure sucked. I forgot Ryan Reynolds was in that. Honestly.
Yeah. He's in something on Netflix too that's just awful. I don't know how he got conned into it. The Underground 6 or something. It's awful.
Oh,
I'm going to have to review it. Actually,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I watched it. I thought it was almost good.
The action was good.
Yes.
A lot of action scenes, chase scenes, and all that.
The plot
was
good. Had a lot of holes.
Yes. Plot was awful. Acting
billionaire
was bad.
Billionaire that decided to just kill himself because he saw some dictator doing some bad stuff. I'm like, okay, I get that.
And then you didn't know, did he kill himself? Did he fake it at first? Then you realized what was going on later. And, actually, technically, we're changing the movie review to that today, the Underground 6 on Netflix. And you guys know what I look for, whether it's what's the story, what's the acting, stuff like that. Oh. And like Kyle and I just discussed, I usually rate them 1 to 5. And if it's not at least a 2.5, it's not worth watching. Me personally, I'm going to go 1.5. Well, maybe a 2. If you're hanging around the house, you got absolutely nothing else to do. Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't make it like date night or something.
No, not a date night. Pop the popcorn.
Unless you don't like her.
Right. Yeah. If you want her to leave or if you're living with her, leave the room. Put that on. Oh, that's a good idea. But yeah, not worth. And it's a shame because I like Ryan Reynolds, but he has made a couple of duds, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
That one, R.I.P.D. dud. What was the other one? Oh, was he in Green Lantern or Green Arrow?
Yeah, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, dud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
He almost pulled that out of the fire, but not quite. But like Kyle said, the plot, not good. I'll wrap this one up. It's a 2. Plot, predictable once it gets started. If you like explosions, chase scenes, gunfire, that's cool. The action-adventure part's cool.
Yeah.
Acting, not that good. It even looks like Ryan Reynolds mails it in and didn't put enough postage on it, for Christ's sake. So it's not good. So don't waste your time. The Underground 6, I would say Kyle's right. If you're doing absolutely nothing and you just want to kill a couple hours and still maybe do stuff and have it on in the background. Okay?
Yeah, it's good background noise.
Yeah. Other than that, not worth it.
Did you see the movie Us?
Not yet. I want to. Is it good?
So the best part of the movie, do you want me to ruin it or not?
I don't care. We'll give a spoiler alert. If you're thinking about watching the movie Us, this is a spoiler alert. If you're not thinking it, screw it. Go ahead.
Okay. It's a piece of shit.
There you go. All right. I might watch it to see if it ranks as the lame movie of the week next week.
The intro to the movie is like 7 minutes of like them zooming in on like a wall of cages filled with rabbits. And I got to tell you, that is the most entertaining, best part of the movie.
The first 7 minutes.
Oh my God. Like I wanted to, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's not good.
I usually say that like Caddyshack. It's not good. It's like that.
You know what? There's that one. There's also the movie.
I should say like a Caddyshack.
Holmes and Watson.
Line. I'm not saying the Caddyshack. Oh, that's awful. Are you talking about the
only
one?
movie? Yeah, with
you like
Will Ferrell and Johnson. No, that's the only movie I walked out on.
I was just sitting there.
That's sat down and like, 7 minutes in, I look at my wife Jess. I'm like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I know. It was, you watched it at the theater.
7 minutes of it, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you went to the movies to go see this.
Yeah. Oh, you. Well, it's like John C. Reilly. I like him. Will Ferrell.
I like him, and I like them together. Like Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. Yeah. They're usually funny. Like, you're right. This was absolutely awful. I watched it. I think it's Netflix, right? I watched it, and it took me, like, I had to pause it, walk away, do something else, come back and try to watch it. It took me 3 times to get through it because it was just so bad. I couldn't handle it. Oh my God, it was awful. You're right. That was so. There's a bonus movie review: Holmes and Watson, Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. Awful, awful.
Don't you want one more?
Absolutely. We'll make a movie review.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they're just coming into my head now.
I know. It's like I know. That's why I do it because sometimes it just generates.
Bad Times at El Royale.
I haven't seen it.
Bad Times at El Royale. I don't know, some bullshit like that. Could have been a great movie, but they just they just ruined it. They took a dump. Yeah, like it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
God,
it's just what a piece of shit.
Where's that at? So we can avoid it.
Hopefully in the trash can. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. It might be. Okay. Actually, I saw it the other day. I think it's either on Netflix or Hulu or Apple TV. One of those fucking streaming.
One of those things. I know. I got so many of these things. Yeah. It's like someday I'll sit down and write down. Oh yeah, I got that one. Oh yeah, I got that one. Oh yeah, I don't need this one. I don't watch this one.
I do the trials. And then I immediately cancel it.
Yeah, immediately cancel. It's like the only thing is sometimes I forget. Like I have a trial right now that I just forgot.
Give me 1 second here, man. Hold on here.
Yeah.
Let's take a little intermission. I got to go get something out of the safe.
Hey, no problem. I got a couple sponsors I can talk about. Cool. So yeah, go ahead, my friend. Thank you for joining us. So that's Kyle Thompson from the Optimum Human Podcast. He's taking a quick break. He'll be back with us, and I appreciate his time today. If nothing else, him and I are having some fun just catching up and talking about some things. And I'll wait for this one because Kyle knows this sponsor, but I will, and actually there's 2 of them that are pretty quick that I will talk about. But I do want to talk about also my friend Albert Casper from Casper's Power Washing for you folks in South Jersey. Strong supporter of our show ever since we started. Albert and a couple of those guys do some really great work, do some power washing in South Jersey. They will give you free estimates from Cherry Hill all the way down to Cape May, New Jersey. They power wash decks, houses, or anything else that you have needs power washing. The joke with us is if you see somebody with a bad grill, call Casper's. They'll power wash the hell out of it if they don't floss or some shit like that. But they will come out and give you a free estimate. They do great work. You can go on their Facebook page to see some before and after pictures. And if you want to save a few bucks, you're thinking about putting siding on or painting, maybe spend a couple $100 and look at the house first, because you may decide, you know what, my crib looks pretty good. I don't need to spend extra money. So that's Casper's Power Washing. They're on Facebook, or you can give them a call, 856-297-2984. Get down with a ghost, folks. That's Casper's Power Washing in the South Jersey area. Thanks to Kyle for coming back. Do have 2 sponsors that you are pretty familiar with that you might be able to elaborate how good they are. One, Kansas Discount Nutrition.
Oh, I know
My
that
friend
place very
Lucas
well.
Woods, you know that place really well. They are
I
at
do.
501 North 3rd Street in Manhattan. You can, and Kyle can talk about how great the products are and how good their service is and stuff. I know I say it every week, but I know Kyle knows these guys really well. So
Absolutely. You know, the Kansas Discount Nutrition used to be Nutrition Zone
yes, I
back
remember
in the
that.
day, and that was a store that I managed after the current owner, now Lucas Woods, had left. He
Right.
went down to Wichita or something like that, and he's moved around and whatnot. But now he's back in Manhattan. So anyway, it's now Kansas Discount Nutrition, which is based or the umbrella company's Vegas Discount Nutrition, which is
Right.
obviously out of Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Obviously.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
The small 900
Out of Vegas,
person town.
New Jersey.
Yeah. But it's what you call it. Yeah. Being a nutrition expert, I'm not big on just pounding supplements, right? Just
Right.
taking a whole bunch of bullshit just to take bullshit. And I had clients like that back in the days when I worked at supplement stores. But,
Right.
You get those people who actually work in the supplement stores. Some of them they're just trying to sell you bullshit. Luke, who I know very, very well, is one of my best friends. Was at my wedding and so on and so forth. He's not one that's just going to bullshit you. Like, he's not going to be like, well, you should add this on and you should get this and try this product because we get the best profit margin on there.
Right.
KDN, I mean, they're wholesale, they're wholesale discount nutrition. Like, you're going to get, probably the best prices on all the major products that you can possibly get. And, they only sell brands that have, a huge reputation. Like if it's like, if you and I started a supplement company, we know Luke well, but he wouldn't bring it into the store because it's probably going to be a piece of shit.
Right. And he knows that. He knows your end might be okay, but if John's involved, it's like vitamins in it or some shit. Oh, look, there's a thread. Whatever.
Who cares, right?
Who gives a rat's ass? Yeah.
But anyway, it's he does a good job of trying to educate you in pointing you in the right direction if you want products. Like, he won't sit there and just add shit on. I mean, the guy probably could if he wanted to, but he wouldn't. So
no, and he'll ask you what I've liked when I've talked to him a few times is he will try to find out what you're trying to do instead of just push something on you. I mean, are you trying to bulk up? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to increase protein level? Are you on some kind of weight reduction program?
Exactly.
What are you looking to do? And then he'll, help tailor what it is you guys, and like you said, then he'll educate and say, hey, well, here's why you might want to try this, but you also do have this. And he'll point these things out and let you make your decision, but you're pretty well informed too. I mean, it's not just, oh, here's some protein,
And he's not like, the guys at some of the other supplement stores that sit there and just like, well, I read the label a bunch of times. I can read the label off to you. Like, we talk back and forth and like, he'll ask questions and what we'll discuss and things about like why this product might help or what's the efficacy of this particular ingredient. So he has an understanding of the science. It's not just, I'm trying to get money.
Right. Exactly.
Which is,
he cares
in my
about
opinion,
and what you should do. Not just in that
Absolutely.
business, but any business, but in this business especially. Because of the products he sells and the way, the method he does to sell it, Kansas left him as an essential business to stay open during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Because obviously protein, supplements, nutrition, things like that. So they are considered an essential business. So if anything does happen again around here in the Kansas area, they will remain open. So they're available and they have internet delivery and internet pricing. So they'll ship to you too. And you can look them up, facebook.com/Kansas Discount Nutrition, or they do have their own website at kansasdiscountnutrition.com. And like we said, they do ship and they'll give you internet pricing, discount pricing as well. And you can reach Lucas at 785-587-9600. And that's Kansas Discount Nutrition here in Manhattan, Kansas, folks. you can't go wrong if you contact Lucas and get a hold of those guys for what you need. So I think
absolutely.
And it's good to have some backup for that, because anybody, any host of a show can go, oh, it's great. But to have somebody that's got some personal knowledge with it is good. And speaking of having personal knowledge, this is what we call a segue into business. The business, like I'm making money. Wanker, please. Somebody we both know pretty well is doing some personal fitness training, and my friend Jo is certified. She's a certified personal trainer, and she can help you with whatever fitness goals you want to achieve as well. And she can actually work well with Lucas, and actually can contact Kyle here as well, I guess, if that's something you want to do. And she'll help you whatever fitness goals you want to get to, whether it's strength, bodybuilding, getting rid of that excess baggage or whatever. Jo can put you on the right path.
Emotional baggage?
Emotional baggage. I don't know about that one. But you can email Jo if you're in the Kansas area and want to set up a training session and see how she can help you. It's Jo, just J-O, at ironforged.fitness.jo@gmail.com. We'll repeat it again. It's ironforged.fitness.jo@gmail.com. And like I said, she is a certified personal trainer. So if you want to incorporate your nutritional needs along with your, the physical attributes you want to get to and the physical level you want to get to, that's a good way to do that. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, she's no marshmallow. She'll let you know.
She's no marshmallow. Yeah.
She's no marshmallow.
No.
You know what I'm saying? She's gonna let you know, look, if you want to do this, then you got to take it serious. Which is what, it should be at that level.
Yeah.
So
either do it or don't.
Yeah. You either really want to do this or you really don't care. If you really don't care, don't waste my time and your money. Just that simple.
Pretty much.
So because I've been a proponent of not wasting my time or money for years. But but sometimes you get to a certain point and those things have to change, and part of that's a transition, and it's not just a transition, guys, it's a lifestyle. So not just a lifestyle, it's your life. We need to all make ourselves a little more optimal as humans.
Right.
So, ooh, another segue. Ooh.
Another
Product
plug.
Bump. So we've got all those things. Like we said, Gizmo is getting rehabbed, so he's not going to be on the show today. He's doing some stuff, but he's right about now probably on the treadmill, and they're working his knee and all that stuff. So he'll be back probably next week, guys. Gizmo, he's the man. Wow, the dog. So the only other thing I had was the lame movie of the week. Our lame movie of the week this week was on Amazon. You didn't see it, and if you did, I'm sorry you did. It's called Clownado. It's bad. It's bad. Now,
well,
I will say there's a couple of we look for lame movies.
What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't even think you could find rancid tomatoes. No, I don't know. We could, you know what? While we're on, let's look it up and see if it's even on Rotten Tomatoes.
I doubt they did. I think that's me.
I don't know. I've seen some. Well, this meets some criteria, all right. But
well, Rotten Tomatoes. I don't trust them because some of the shit they review and some of the reviews they give are awful. They gave Top Gun a 51%.
Are you serious? A what?
Top fucking Gun, 51%. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, Rotten Tomatoes can burn.
Well, here's the thing about Rotten Tomatoes. Again, it's subjective. So the minute you go on, I never look, and I've told the people that watch the show, both of them, No, there's more than that. No, it's on here. Let me
it
see.
is. What did we get?
I got a 9%.
Okay, I believe that.
I got a, and then that one I probably believe. Yeah.
I've got a friend he'll recommend movies to me, and he'll be like, "Oh, well, it got such and such on Rotten Tomatoes." I'm like, "You know what, Sean? Top Gun got a 51%. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fuck their rating.
Yeah, I mean,
Top Gun is 110%.
Oh yeah, 110%, you bastard. You know better.
I
got you. He snuck that 110% in there. It should have been 110%. What, 55 twice? I mean, come on. No, no. Yeah, he's like, okay, I don't care how we get there. I did love Top Gun, especially when it was first out. Especially, oh my God, everybody walked around saying the need for speed. We all just everybody. Cops, we all do. Oh yeah, and some people still do. Exactly. We feel the need for speed, and we were all everybody. And you had that thing going around, but it was a good movie. I really don't want to see Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise without shirts on now. I didn't really before, but I think I'm in the majority.
But now you definitely don't.
No, if it was unless he followed the advice of Lucas, Joe, and Kyle from the Optimal Human.
That's true. Podcast. That's true, and he didn't because he didn't with calls.
Yeah. But maybe it was because that one time you didn't. Iceman.
Yeah, it could
Iceman.
be. I did hit ignore on a couple calls during this, so maybe it was him.
So
sorry, Tom. I know Tom and Val, you're watching this. Sorry, guys, been busy.
Sorry.
Fuck off.
I know, but you can comment on it and ask a question, and Kyle will get back to you as soon as we check these out.
That's true. That's true. I will.
True. So there you go. Yeah, Clownado on. I'm changing the criteria probably as I speak, but I'm changing it to just yes or no. The key for the lame movie of the week, folks, is it so bad that it's entertaining to watch? To do that is the story bad? Is the acting bad? Cinematography bad? Special effects bad? Any of those things can outweigh the others. Acting was bad, yes. Story was bad, yes. Problem is, guys, there's a lot of too much gore in it that you couldn't really sit down and watch without. I don't mind gore, and even I was fast forwarding through some of the. It's just not. It's not worth your time, even as a lame movie. Now there are some lame movies that we've recommended. Sure. This is not one of them. It used a gizmo section. Did he howl through it or not? He didn't even lift his head to whimper. Okay, this is bad. Don't wait. If you see Clownado, the name is the best thing about the fucking movie. Okay, that's it. That's when you know it's bad. Yeah, that's when you know it's bad. Everybody's wanting to put NATO because they, Sharknado and everything.
Which, how the fuck did that even become a thing?
I don't know. Now it's like 5 movies in, and they're thinking about it.
Plus Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 is
when he's talking about what Sharknado are we on?
Yeah,
yes, cable that.
Yes, cable. I did like Deadpool 2. I like the Deadpool character. It's great.
Yeah.
2 not quite as good as 1, but it was still good. I thought
it was.
Yeah, it was still good. Like I said, not as good as 1, but in 1 you're not expecting everything that happened.
True.
2 you're waiting for those lines. So.
And the references to the MCU to like Thanos and so on and so forth, that was fantastic. Like I love it. Easy Thanos. It's like because it's great because Josh Brolin plays Thanos, so
right.
It's just a beautiful mix.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
I think it's great. And now that's where Ryan Reynolds shined to me. And he does that when he is the smartass. And to me, it's like, let him go, I think. I think it's one of the things. He sees a script, he gets a general idea. But if he has something and he just says it, let it go. And he just delivers when he gets to do that. And I think that's what's happened is some of the movies are too structured.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, he doesn't get the freedom.
Well, and the 6 under or under 6 or Undertaker 45 or World
Underground
WWF, whatever. I think there were hints of the Ryan Reynolds in there, but it wasn't as good. I mean,
right. I think it's got to be the story with him. Like the story has to be interesting for him to be reacting off of it.
Yeah.
And that's
he was good in Blade Trinity. I love that movie because
I didn't see it yet. Blade Trinity.
It's worth it. It's worth it because of Ryan Reynolds. Like the plot's it's Blade. No big deal.
Right. Well, there are some movies where the plot, it's coming, but if the acting is good or if there's enough in it, you can watch it.
Hold the phones here for a second.
Hold the phone there, Charlie.
So he was Green Lantern, which everybody agrees, including him, was a piece of shit.
Right. Including him, you're right.
Because he goes back in time and blows his brains out.
Because I go back to that. That's the best.
So he's obviously Deadpool. Right. He plays Wade Wilson, obviously in the Deadpool movies, but he plays Wade Wilson in Wolverine Origins. Do you remember that?
Right. Yes, I do.
He plays, and he also, what was it? He's in Blade Trinity, which is also a Marvel movie. So he's in Marvel movies an insane amount of times. Wait, is Green Lantern Marvel?
No, I think that one might have been DC.
Is it?
I'm not sure. But hey, let me see if I can get my research producer on that while we.
Yeah. Could you do that? See if your research producer is available. He's at physical therapy right now.
Well, today he's at physical therapy, but he's taught some of us how to fill in here.
Okay, well, that's good.
So let's see if we can. So I'm going to try and do the research here. Is Green Lantern?
But anyway, my point of bringing that up is that Ryan Reynolds is all over the comic book movies, and I always forget that Blade is Marvel.
DC, Green Lantern.
Okay, well, good move on getting out of that shithole.
Yeah,
DC movies, by the way.
I was just going to say that was the first one, DC, and he probably realized I'm out.
This sucks. With the exception of Wonder Woman, for the obvious reasons.
I did like Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman actually,
and others.
Aquaman was good.
Yes, it was.
Yes. I always forget his name. Momoa. Jason Momoa is actually he's a good actor. He plays that role well. And
I'll tell you what, they made Nicole Kidman look good in that. She played his mom.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the girlfriend was cute, but.
Well, yeah. Ben Affleck.
Well, you got to remember, I'm a little older than you, so Nicole Kidman would.
That's true. Ben Affleck sucked.
You know what? I can't take him as Batman. I couldn't take him as Daredevil. He's.
You know what?
Again, the Caddyshack line that Chevy Chase says. He's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Who's the new guy? The new Batman? It's the Twilight kid.
Oh, Pattinson?
Yeah, like the geeky.
I haven't seen him.
String bean one, right? I think.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. Yeah. I haven't seen the new one. It's not out.
That's going to be. Well, let's do a review on that movie already. It sucks. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Nobody thought Michael Keaton way back when would be good. And I thought.
Yeah, that's
he was
true.
Pretty good.
But Michael Keaton, didn't he have a couple good movies before that?
He had a couple of good movies, but they weren't.
Well, that's the thing.
Serious type of roles. He had he was a comedian.
But Pattinson or
Twilight, Pattinson.
He hasn't had anything. Like Twilight was an abomination.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Right. I could.
Going back to Blade.
Let's go back to Blade.
I'm sure we've seen it, or maybe you haven't seen it. The meme of it's Wesley Snipes as Blade sitting behind the Twilight characters. He goes, "This is how Twilight should have ended."
I haven't seen it, but that's great. That's awesome. Oh, I think we got to put a wrap on this, even though.
Yeah, sorry, we're rambling.
No, you're fine. I'm having. It's not a exact 1 hour thing, but we're having too much freaking time. Yeah.
We've had 30-minute ones to like hour and 15. Like, right, we just.
I was going to say, I've had a couple that are 45, and I had one that went an hour and a half. I think we're approaching an hour now. So.
Yes.
So we're getting there, but I'm thinking if I don't end it now, it's not going to end.
It's not going to end, and I got meetings and bullshit today, so I should probably.
And I have I don't have anything. I got to go pick up the dog.
Play World of Warcraft or something.
Yeah, I think I will. A new thing for an old guy. What the hell? which is actually an old thing for an old guy. So
it's actually really interesting to watch you play. It's like
I was just gonna say, I go try to kill things. I walk into walls, which is my life.
Imagine Helen Keller trying to drive a car.
Stevie Wonder going, "Do I make a left hit?" Or what was it? Al Pacino instead of a woman. Hoo-ah! Boom! Hit a wall. Drives the car. Hoo-ah!
Anyway.
All right, gang. So I'm going to let it go. So thank you to Kyle Thompson for
having
the
me.
First post or still maintain COVID-19 actual guest, the first actual video guest we've had. Appreciate it, my friend. Give everybody the information one last time where they can find the Optimal Human Podcast, if you would, please, sir.
All right. Optimal Human Podcast. You can find us on, where can you find us? iTunes.
I'll give you a hint.
Stitcher, Spotify, and Google. So you can find us on those 4. We are launching a website on the 17th of August. So we're kind of in a, I guess, intermission right now. We're actually, I got a recording for OHP later on today. That's what we call it. You know, that's what we call it, the OHP.
OHP,
so we've got
hey, you know me.
Another recording going on today. We're trying to backlog several more episodes before we start releasing them. You know, on the website, We got the blog coming out. So we're doing this is season 3, I guess you could call it. Which I don't know why it's season 3, but it's our second intermission. So fuck it, it's season 3. We've got 3 episodes. No. Anyway, so. That's going to be coming out. The OptimalHumanPodcast.com will be live on August 17th. And of course, if you want to reach me, you can email me at coachk.ohp@gmail.com.
There it is. So
that's it.
Give us that one more time. The email.
Oh, I was like, Jesus, man. Like, fuck, I don't even know what I just said.
Like, come on, dude. Just the email.
coachk.ohp@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. That
not as long as ironforge.fitness.joe.com.gmail. I was like, fuck, Mom, can't you get? I'm not emailing that shit. I'm not emailing either. Give me your other email.
We got to come up with a shorter email. Yeah, we can always forward those ones to the new email.
I get tired halfway writing that out.
I know. Has Joe got an E on it? No. Okay. Does it? So,
I'll just text him. Fuck it.
Yeah, just send her a text. You can do that. That is the logo behind Kyle there. You can see him. It's a green screen. There it is. And now it's not behind him. It's still is.
That's the new logo, which is not
that the new one?
On the the updated podcast.
Oh, it's not on the podcast screen?
It's the older version. I mean, it looks relatively similar.
Right? So it's similar to this, the Optimal Human Podcast. Thanks, Kyle, once again for joining me today. Hope you guys are watching this tonight. If you're not, then you're really a dumbass because this was a lot of fun and get some information. And if they're watching, then idiots won't. Yeah, that'll be fine.
You guys aren't idiots. But the people that aren't here,
the people that aren't watching,
7.5 billion people that aren't watching, fuck them.
Screw up.
Okay, I'm done.
On those words of wisdom, I just want to say thanks to Kyle once again. We're going to, Jesus. I know, there's something wrong with me too. I know. It is what it is. So, listen, everybody, have a great night. Thank you for joining us. Gizmo should be back next week. I don't know if this is playing out loud. Can you hear anything?
Bye-bye.
Can you hear the theme?
I don't hear it.
No? Okay. It doesn't matter. He's like, I can't hear shit. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. This has been The Public John. We hope you guys watch this later on today. Have a good night. Thanks, Kyle. We'll see you soon.
See ya.